Dun 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 dun. A second go here. Technical difficulties have occurred. So Breakup Podcast 20 is on again. Excellent connection, it says. Let's see how long that lasts for, Aleph. Fingers crossed.
Yeah.
Fingers crossed. Hi, I'm Mac McCarthy, and I help people with their breakups. I've done this once today. I've done it twice, so perseverance, I hope, takes care of this. So if you like this video, like it. If you don't like it, that's fine. If you want to subscribe to the channel, subscribe to the channel. We're going to get into real breakup stories. Roller Girl, hello. Thanks for joining. Had some technical difficulties earlier. It looks like we got them fixed by the great and strong Aleph and Danny sound men here.
Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome. You deserve it. You deserve it. You didn't quit on it. Okay, so story number one. Let's just get right into it. Hi, I'm writing my story. Finally, I've watched your channel now for a while. It's been good for me. I'm happy to have you share what went down. She dumped me 2 weeks ago. Yes, I know you don't like the word dump, but that's how I see it. I just think that's a negative way to go about it, to call yourself dumped. Is there a word that have you ever considered, like, when you say the word dumped, you know what dump is?
Yeah.
You know what a dump actually means in English?
Mm-hmm.
What does it mean?
It means like stupid or I leave you.
No, a dump can mean a couple of things. It means to dump garbage somewhere.
Yeah.
And
leave you.
And then there's also take a dump.
Ah.
Take a dump means you took a crap.
Mm.
So it's an extremely negative term. So when someone says she dumped me, yeah, it's
She dumped me.
yeah, she dumped me. I don't think I've ever said like she dumped me. I've broken up before.
I just dumped her for the last girl.
You dumped. Yes, I don't like the word. She was a great girlfriend. Not sure I'll find another like her. That's for sure. I'm 35 years old and feel like my life has just gone to nothing. Wow, that's extremely dramatic at 35 years old. It could be a lot worse, right? She broke up with me because she said she just can't take the annoying habits I have. She said we are compatible. We are not compatible flatmates. That right there alone, I think that sometimes someone's like, wow, you're going to say you're annoyed with me. That's a reason to break up. Actually, it is. Not being able to live together is a problem. Being annoyed. Like, there are annoying habits like snoring, farting. If you live together, that's kind of like, holy shit, you know, if you had to live together forever, it wouldn't work. And have you had one of those before? Because you haven't had a live-in girlfriend, right, Aleph? Like, you haven't had a girl. Have you had a girl you lived with or stayed with a lot? And you're like, ugh, you do that?
Just only what she eat. Like, the thing that I don't like is a bug.
She eats bugs.
Yeah. A bug in the market in Thai.
What's the bugs? Crickets?
Yeah, kind of.
Crickets are actually supposed to be highly nutritious. I've tried them once when I've been in Thailand before, and they tasted like crickets.
But
I definitely wouldn't want to kiss my girlfriend after she had a plate full of crickets.
But the thing is, after she wanted to kiss me, no, I would like to say no, Mac.
She just had a mouthful of crickets, huh?
Yeah, she like teasing me. She like teasing me like that.
And you're like, it's not like the first time you're like, ha ha ha, and then you're like, it's not that funny.
Yeah.
Right? It's like, oh yeah, okay, no, not really, yeah. I don't think that many people would put that in their Tinder apps. If they were like, oh yeah, if you like to have a crickets on a Friday night with me and a beer.
Fuck no.
And yeah. No, there's some weird things that when you live with someone, like I said, like just snoring's a big one for sure. Like how people sleep. I've been with women before that are like, you need to make sure the curtains are all the way closed. If light's getting in the room, the pillow, I need an extra pillow. It's like, wow. You know, like people are different once you get to know their little creature comforts. So the fact that if she said you had annoying habits when you lived together, that's mean that wasn't going away. She said and I just actually had someone in a live coaching session that the girlfriend, fiance, she said that they weren't compatible to live together, and there was some things about his breathing and the way he ate that really annoyed her. She said it's been hell trying to get me clean up after myself, and she's still really scared about COVID, so I have to always be wearing my mask. if I come back in the house from, well, how are you gonna cohabit with her when you have a mask on in the house? If I come back in the house from taking the garbage out and I didn't have my mask on, she goes nuts. Well, that's one of those things. That's just different values on different system. I mean, there's some people right now that it's an extremely big deal to them, and you got to respect it. And there's some other people that can give a shit less, and they won't wear a mask. And so that's one of those things you're gonna have an argument over it. And you could either go, okay, sorry, honey, I'll put on my mask, or you can be like, yeah, this is nuts, or you're overreacting. But the reality is, if you live together, she's crazy about it, and you're not crazy about it. It's not gonna work. Her reason is she has a grandma that she's worried will get it, and she sees her multiple times a week. That's a valid, respectable reason for someone that believes that that's possible to get COVID when you go outside. Do you have to agree with that? No. Is it going to hinder your relationship? Absolutely. I just keep forgetting to put my mask on. Well, the question is, do you believe that the mask is necessary? That's the problem. I think that you deep down don't think it's necessary. That's why you don't do it. We also share the same political views. I'm just not as active or gung-ho. I respect the opposition and at the same time don't agree with them. Again, politics, I think more than ever before, because it's what's going on right now. If you're not with someone, you're against them in a lot of cases, and it could divide couples. And this is one of those things where maybe you have attraction, maybe you have trust, and you don't have connection and chemistry. And so when you live together, if you don't have connection and chemistry, it'll be done really quick. And you're looking at it like, well, we the fact that we don't, I could maybe give in to some of those things, or I could change this. No, I don't think so. Now, 2 weeks later, it seems like there's no chance of getting back together. What do you guys share different political beliefs? She says you're messy. She yells at you for not wearing a mask. How are you going to fix these things if you've already tried? She was very cold the last 2 weeks before we broke up, almost like a switch had went off. That means she checked out. She was done. She was not affectionate. A friend told me that means she's got someone else. That's possible. It's absolutely possible. It's also possible that it's not true, that she just was done with you and she was upset and annoyed. So I would not believe the latter. You don't know. I don't want to believe that, so don't believe it. I didn't really plan on no contact, but as you say, what's the alternative? What is the alternative? To say sorry for your habits that she doesn't agree with? To change your political party? Or change and be more gung-ho political, to wear your mask every time even though you repeatedly forgot? I think you do need to go all no contact. And she's basically asking you to change who you are. And you're like, well, she wants this and she wants this because of this, but you're not saying like, yeah, I agree. What's the best way to move forward? This one stings and it's my fault. Well, you're looking at it as your fault because she's giving you all these reasons she doesn't want to be with you, or she's upset with you. But are you upset with yourself? Are these things you don't like about yourself? Then don't change them. So let's get into the live stream really quick. Rob's on. Oh, Johnny from New Jersey. Dump toilet. Oh, well, plenty of fish in the sea. That's a cop-out. Mac Daddy, what's up, oh, Johnny? I knew this guy once where his ex-girlfriend, when she broke up with him, told him, I am dumping you. It's harsh, man. That's mean. But that means that he did something that pissed her off. When the love goes, women can be as cold as ice. I think that's true. You can find someone else. Chocolate-covered crickets, says someone. I don't even know if they have chocolate-covered crickets. Better mouth of full crickets than hissing cockroaches or mealworms. That's gross. Mealworms or cockroaches?
For some worm, I think it's maybe good.
Mealworms are really small, though.
Uh-huh.
They eat mealworms here?
Yeah.
Yeah? Have you had mealworms?
They're gonna fry that, actually.
Who's they? Thai people?
Yeah. อันนั้นนะไอ้นอนที่เขาทอด
Mealworms are small.
Yeah.
Dude, no woman will break up with a guy over snoring and annoying habits if she has a genuine desire and love for him. She'll just sleep in a different room or get him some nose strips. Gross, Rob. She goes nuts because you are not putting her in her place. They may use it as an excuse through once relationship is on the verge of being done. You are irresponsible. I don't like it when you are not wearing a mask. You don't have to. Shit test handled. So, next story. Let's get into this. We got 8 on deck and 2 likes. Thanks. Let's get into it. Actually, we fixed whatever problem there was with the live stream before, which I don't even know. It wasn't internet, though. Had something to do with the stream keys or something. Hello, Coach. I've got a lot going on in my life right now. I got 2 kids. I've got 2 jobs, and I had 2 girlfriends. 2 girlfriends. I always wonder when people have one of these relationships where they have multiple girlfriends or wives, and it's like, from the outside in, someone would be like, yeah, man, that seems cool. But I'm thinking, like, that would be a lot of work. A relationship's a lot of work, rather, getting into 2 or 3. But do you think you can handle 2 women at one time, Aleph?
It's fucking hard, actually.
You'd like to try, though, wouldn't you, with that smile on your face? Depends on the women.
I did it too, but it's fucking hard, actually.
It's difficult. It's like from the outside in or watching a movie, everyone would be like, oh, yeah, that's cool. It's like, actually, it's time consuming, it's feeling consuming, right? They both knew I had some other thing going on the side and agreed it was okay. So I've come across this before where guys have been in relationships and have had multiple girlfriends or side things going on, and the wife, the girlfriends have agreed to it, right? And this is, certain cultures allow this. It goes on. It's around. They just didn't want to ever meet each other. Well, that's actually better for you. You don't want your 2 girlfriends to meet each other and have dinner together. I think you'd probably want to keep that separate. Yeah. We've had this thing going on for about 2 years and a few months. It's worked out great. I see each of them on set days each week. They both met my kids. That's kind of confusing for your kids. Like, meet dad's girlfriend number 1 and girlfriend number 2. You obviously probably aren't introducing them in that way. Whom I don't have custody of whom I don't have custody of. I really don't have the kids often, which was their mother's doing. That's a story for another day. Basically, one of my kids told one of the girlfriends that daddy likes another woman more than her. I was actually there when she said it, and my girlfriend went red with embarrassment, but shrugged it off. Then later that day, she laid into me. She told me that this wasn't right for the kids, and it wasn't fair to her. I was like, hey, we've been doing this for a couple years. I didn't lie to you. She said, well, I can't do it anymore. So the circumstances changed. She got embarrassed. Feelings charged the situation, and it changed the dynamic. If this didn't happen now, it was going to happen eventually. Do you think you could have 2 girlfriends for 20 years? You have to choose one. He's saying that this is what the girlfriend said. You'll have to choose one. I honestly didn't think she'd follow through, so I told her, fine, I choose you, but I still saw the other woman a week later. Well, that's lying now. Before you were patting yourself on the back for telling the truth, and now you're saying you're lying. So this is where you're going to diverge from the honest multi-girlfriend relationship to the lying one, which is much different. She found out this month that I hadn't broken it off, and she showed up while I was with the other woman having dinner and made a public scene. It was awkward and embarrassing. So now you know how she feels in front of your daughter. I guess that's karma. What goes around comes around. The woman I was with just stormed out in tears and said, I'm not fighting over you. Now, a week later, both hate me and won't talk to me. And the crazy thing is, now they are now allies. I can't even, they had a long talk supposedly and know everything, which I said, I've been honest except recently after the kid comments. Now I know I can't probably have them both back, but I should just focus getting the one I want more back. What's your take? Good luck. Now that they're in contact with each other, I think it's going to be much more difficult to put out this fire because they're going to be feeding off each other and they're going to be telling each other what a jerk you are. My advice, don't make a move on any of them. Yeah, I mean, I would need to know more to the story and more about their personalities. The fact that they're both accepting to the fact that you can have another girlfriend says something about things. I'm probably, if you do leave things alone, one of them will contact you, if not both. It's just like, what do you really want? Are you capable of having them both again? Possibly. But avoiding drama like this again is not likely. Once something like this happens, they're going to be more sensitive. They're going to be looking for things that you're doing wrong. So let's just put it this way. If you got one of them back, okay, she would be looking for signs that you're cheating on her more than she did before. She would be looking for things, and she would probably demand that you only saw her. Now, if that wasn't the case, then fine, but they're going to be more sensitive because they've already been hurt once, and so they're going to be looking for that again and again. And that's where you would be getting back into a relationship that would be different than the one that you've had for I don't know how long now. Don't be exclusive with her. If she demands it, tell her we should part ways. Your way or the highway. That's a strong place to come from. Really strong place to come from. I think it's going to be in the future that there's, isn't it interesting though that like you have women would debate, strong independent women would debate like, well, why can't I have two guys? Like, would you ever go out with a woman that you're like, oh yeah, you have another boyfriend and I can be the side piece?
I hate to say it, but yes, I did it before.
Oh really? Really? Aleph was the side piece.
Yeah. Yep.
And you felt like dirt, huh?
Not like dirt, but it's
did
like,
you feel bad for the guy, or did you feel bad for yourself?
The weird is I don't even feel bad for myself, but yeah, I feel bad for that guy. Like, damn, how could you meet this girl? And I feel bad that, not that bad actually, that what I did with her, but I feel bad that shit, am I be a part of that reason? Like to make her cheating on her boyfriend like that, which is the fact I hate.
Azam says women's biology is different than men. Women looking for quality, men looking for quantity.
Wow.
But women can find more than one quality man if they're a catch, if they're good looking, if they're attractive, right?
Mm-hmm.
But here's the interesting thing. If cheating goes on around the world, which it does, every culture has it. That's the interesting thing. Like, people be like, oh my God. It's human. And we'll never know the percentages of people that cheat because cheaters aren't going to tell the truth, right?
Yeah.
Like, if you did a poll and the people called up everyone in the world and they were like, hey, we just want to know, have you cheated in your life? Like, right? No one's going to know. It would be interesting because everyone go, oh, well, due to our data and our polls and our experiments here, people have told us that, well, like, are you going to trust? Is someone going to want to tell everyone the truth about that? I don't know. But what's interesting about it is women cheat just as much as men because it goes both ways, right? So it goes both ways. That's the scary part. But the interesting thing is, if you're messing or hooking up with a woman that's cheating on her boyfriend with you, and then you get feelings and you like her, and eventually maybe you're like, well, I don't want to be the side guy, then you're going to be worried that she's going to do the same thing to you, correct?
Yeah, perhaps so.
You don't even think that far ahead. You're already done.
Yeah, I just cut it off after I just know it. Like she had already a boyfriend.
There's some guys out there that would go like, this is a good situation for me because I just get to meet up, hook up, and don't have to do any of the boyfriend crap.
And that guy could be the poor guy as well, because he gonna feel bad after that.
I think it's different if you actually meet the guy and shake hands with him. I think that would be much worse.
Yeah.
Like if you're like, hey, what's up? And then on the side you're like,
Not like that, but it's like fun.
I've had friends that have done that before. I've had friends that are seeing a woman that has a boyfriend, long distance, right? And the guy comes into town and they help like, oh yeah, I'm gonna help show the guy around and do things for him and this and that, and I'm like, yeah, but you're hooking up with the girl. And he's like, yeah. Well, I mean, he's like, well, you know, we haven't done everything. We're not that serious. I'm like, yeah, but like, you're gonna hang out with the guy that's her boyfriend? That's really fucking low, dude. Yeah. Like to act like you're friends with someone when you've been banging his girlfriend. Mm-hmm. I mean, it's fucked up with the girlfriend too, by the way. But like, just to, like, if you find that out later on, you're like, wow, and you brought the guy to meet me. Mm-hmm. So I was the dummy in the group, like, the whole time. I was just like, whoa. But then when the funny thing is like, when I was around them in the interactions, I could tell. I could tell that the way that she was looking at my friend and the way they were interacting, I was like, the guy that's her boyfriend, can he tell that, like, there's, don't you feel like when you see some couple or guy and girl that maybe work together and you're like, yeah, I think they've been hooking up, someone you work with or some friends, and it's like, it's not like obvious, but you could just tell by the way they talk to each other. But the big one is the way they like how close they interact. Mm-hmm. Like if they like hit each other a lot and go like stop, stuff like that, you can kind of be like, oh yeah, they've been hooking up. Or a comment's made that you're like, oh, that's not a comment you'd make to a friend.
You guys did something.
Yeah, like you can kind of tell, and it's funny. Like, can't the boyfriend tell something's going on?
Huh. Well, I could say that temporary happy is permanently guilty. Actually,
temporarily happy but permanently guilty. You still feel guilty about it?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, but not that much as before. But it's like, how I could do that? I mean,
how could you do that?
Yeah.
Well, she's a pretty girl, right?
Oh, yes, it does.
Well, there's a reason, right? Pretty girl that was interested in you, so that's probably why. And you didn't? Did you know when you went into it that she had a boyfriend?
After we hooked up, yes, I know.
But you didn't know before?
She told me that she's single at that time.
Oh, so she lied.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's not as bad. Here, meet my boyfriend and the guy I'm banging. That's low, man.
Like after 2 weeks we hooking up with each other, I just saw she walked with some man. I feel like, what? At that time I'm just curious.
Oh, you ran into her by chance.
Yeah, I'm curious. I'm not even like jealousy or what else like that. But after 2 weeks that I saw her, I just saw they together again, and the conversation between her friend about that guy, like, yeah, they get back together. I feel like, what the fuck? Before you get back together?
A playus. My
Yeah.
friend used to call it, instead of a player, a playus. She's a playus. I remember though when I was in high school though, there would be so many guys that would be putting in work on someone else's girlfriend. Do you know what I mean by that, Aleph? Like, the girl had a boyfriend, and some other guy would be like the friend, or hang out with that girl a lot, or I had friends that it was like obvious, and you would think like, dude, that's so and so's girlfriend. That's our friend's girlfriend. Yeah, but I'm just cool with her. It's like, yeah, no. Like you know, you can. I'm one of those. I believe you can be friends with women. I have women that are friends. I believe if you have common ground, you work with them, you got a lot of things going on. And let me add, if you're friends with women, right, and you're a guy that likes women, the reason you're able to be friends with another woman is because you're seeing other women besides that friend. So let me put that into let me clarify that, because I hear this all the time. You can't be friends with a woman that you're attracted to. That, I think it's much more difficult if you're highly attracted to them. But if you're a man that has multiple women, or you're seeing other women, you can be friends with a woman because your needs are being met in a different area. Now, the guys that I know usually that end up being like, oh my God, I've liked her for so long, I don't know how to tell her this, that, and the other, they're not seeing anyone else. They don't have any other women they've been seeing. So the friend thing has intensified because they have no other options, nor are they exploring any other options. So if it's gonna work that way, then it's gonna work that way because you have other things going on. You don't need that one woman as a friend to be someone physical for you. That's what I would say. And most likely it's just that there's something with the polarity or the attraction there that's not working, and so that's when that usually can happen. What do you think, Aleph?
I kind of feel bad for that guy who. I kind of feel bad for that guy that have a girlfriend like that, and for the other guy that attached to your friend's girlfriend. I mean, you can control your feeling about. You can't control your feeling how you feel that, but you can make the control of your loyalty with your best friend.
Mm.
So it's your choice to do that or not to do it.
It's a choice. It always is a choice. That's absolutely true. I'd agree.
Yeah.
That's an understatement. The choice.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it just happened.
Fuck no.
No. All right, anyone, we got the usual suspects on today. We got 12 on deck. Does anyone have a question going into this? I might cut this live stream a little bit shorter than usually. Women biology is different than men. Women looking for quality, men looking for quantity. Do you feel like that's true? Men look for quantity over quality?
Quality or...
Do you understand quantity?
Yeah.
So more. Would you rather have 10 women than one quality woman?
No.
You'd rather have one quality woman?
Yeah. Even friend, I'm looking for a friend, the quality.
Quality, yeah.
Yep. Even the job or the thing I do, I'm looking for quality things because it give me a lot of work time, not just wasting time.
Yeah. I don't know. I would say what Azam says is true, though, that a lot of men would say quantity over quality, I think.
Some, yeah.
Yeah, I would say that's true. But there are women out there that look for quantity also, to be quite honest.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
There are women out there. I mean, I think that, yeah, there are pretty, and those women don't have trouble meeting guys.
You can put yourself to that in that situation if you want, actually.
I know there's guys that are picky too. Yeah, that's what she said. That's true. That's true. It's funny that I've talked about this before, though. My guy friends that are not picky at all, it's just funny. It's just like, what? Like, they just have, like, one of my buddies in particular is just like, no, there's no type. He has no type. It's just, would she hook up with me? Literally no, like, any woman that's remotely interested. And that's probably why he doesn't get a lot of quality ones. But it's just kind of funny because you're just like, really? That?
Well, he flirt for fun.
I guess. Yeah. It's kind of funny to be around because it's just like, yeah, I mean, anything goes. Anything goes for that.
Hey, yeah.
All right, I think we're going to wrap this one up early because it's a nice day today. It's a hiking day.
Oh, yeah.
It's a beautiful day. I want to get some sun. Maybe come back on later on. We'll be back on tomorrow, probably around the same time. Have a few more stories to share. Anyone had a quick question that's on that hasn't said anything, I'll give you a couple minutes to shoot. If not, it's okay. What are these called again?
In Thai, we call makrut.
Makrut.
Yeah.
It's like a...
It's like a lime.
But I like them better than limes.
Because we usually use the...
For cooking, right?
Yeah, usually for cooking as a tom yum like that.
Tom yum, yeah.
Yeah, because the herb is help to make that beef that meat not to be fishy, and it's help to about the soup to make like some hot during the time that you swallow it. They use that for soup for kanumji and things.
But not the.
No, no,
Not the lime.
not the fruit, just only the leaf.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I like the smell of that. It's different.
Yeah, yeah, it smells good.
Mm-hmm. All right, folks, we're gonna wrap it up today. Have a good one. We'll be back on deck. It was a short live stream today, but that's okay. It's better to show up to not show up. Take it easy.